Welcome, 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 my people. Thanks for tuning in for another great Sunday. On Better Than 60 Minutes, I am the Bernard Brown, and this is Bernard Brown Show with the one and only. I have a part two of this young man here. Y'all know what I'm saying. This young man here. Boom. Mr. Julius Hall. He was so good. Part one, man. I had to come into part two. I had to cut it off. I couldn't just let him sit here for just part one. Man, he's truly amazing. He's my best friend, one of my best friends in the world. He's a class act. He's I like I said, it'd take me 3 years if I had to talk about him. I can't talk about him within 3 minutes, but man, you're looking sharp. You're looking sharp, man. Hey, boy, we look like we going to church.
Hey, I'm going to church up north. I'm going to church in Atlanta from now on.
Hey, and we going to get to that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to piggyback off we left off. I think pretty much everybody know the Julius Hall story. Just get the book. Just get the book. You ain't going to try to give y'all no free advertisement or he going to read the whole book down. And it'll be if it don't make no money, it don't make no sense.
That's right. That's right.
So we're going with part two. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot more to go. So we're going to go to part two. Like I said, y'all share. I see your comments. I address your comments after the show. And, like I said, welcome back, Mr. Hall. Thank you for taking another Sunday out to hang out with me. I appreciate it. So how you living?
All is well. I am happy to be here for part two. And no, we didn't get a chance to finish part one. We finished part one. We didn't get a finish to do time to do the whole thing. So glad you got me back to ask me those pressing questions, whatever they might be, and I'm here to provide those answers.
Yeah. Hey, and like I say, man, I appreciate it, man. This about, like I tell people, hey, when I do one-on-one, it's basically I let the person that I'm interviewing, he take over the show or she take over the show. And, we have young ladies coming next Sunday on the show. I know y'all was waiting on her just like y'all was waiting for the one and only Julius Hall. And
who's this lady coming next week?
Then the one that's coming is my sister, the one and only. I call her Little Me, Alicia Miller Blakely.
Oh, Alicia coming. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she definitely needs 2 parts too. Trust me.
All right.
Yeah. I talked to her, man. Yeah, she definitely need 2 parts. But you know what? Since we're talking about Alicia, and I know I had coming up on my late down on the show, I'm calling names and you give me the opinion. But let's talk about I know you have a good relationship with some of the people that's leaders, some of the people that's leader in Savannah, Georgia. Everybody can't be no leader. You know what I'm saying? So I got a question for you. What the meaning and definition on not like us? Not like us.
Well, it's just that we have a lot of rhythm and soul and spirit. The only thing that's holding us back from being great, actually being great as a people, is our unity. If we were organized, and the world understands that. That's why they fight so hard to keep us in a position that they currently have us in. Because if we were to unify, then it's game over. It's not game over as we're gonna destroy everybody else or displace other people, but it would show our collective unification. We are doing things to control our own destiny. And I preach this every day. I'm not a pastor, I'm not a preacher, but I preach this every day to everybody, that if anybody can talk to me, they know I'm always talking about unity. I'm always talking talking about this community. I'm always talking about how we can build so much more together.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I talk about. That's all I do. That's every day. You're going to hear me talk about two things when you talk to me: unification of our community and our platforms. I don't talk to nobody unless I'm talking about those things. If you don't talk, if you got away and I didn't tell you about those two things or one of those two things, then it was a useless conversation.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I'm laughing, right? So we this part two is gonna be more of you know, telling people basically how we is in certain things. I remember when you was teaching me how to by the way, I'm producing my own show, and the one and only Julius Hall taught me how to produce my own show. But he have a habit of, like, he wants you to get it in 5 minutes, where it's gonna take 5 hours. You know, the teacher, he wanted, you better get it in 5 minutes. I'm like, dude, wait a minute now. You know, shit, you sounded like a teacher. Slow down. Let me write it, catch up. You know, he wants you to get it right then and there. He was like, you know, I'm putting it down there so you get it. Everybody pipe don't work like that.
Well, I got to teach you hard so that you'll be, at least you'll get most of it. I got to put the pressure on you to want to learn it. Because if I just tell you and be easy about it, then the first thing you're going to do is say, I can't do that. No, I need, or let somebody else do it. No, I put the pressure on you to let you understand that it's not going to happen unless you do it. Mm-hmm. So you get it done. And that's what I've been doing, making sure that you get it done, and making sure that you understand that you play a big part in your own development of what you're trying to do with your own podcast, with your shows, everything. You've grown from 3 or 4 years ago to doing what you was doing to where you at. And just think, keep doing it, keep grinding, keep on being passionate about what you do, keep being consistent. And there's no telling where you can go at. It's about consistency. People understand when you are dedicated to something. I do what I do every day. I don't care what nobody behind me saying.
Yeah.
I don't care about what nobody in front of me saying, because I'm going to be in my lane doing what I do. And it's all about what I'm bringing. I'm not taking anything. I'm bringing whatever I'm doing. Every platform that we're on, we're bringing information. We pay for everything that we're doing. Mm-hmm. It's about what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about.
Yeah. So what way, my question again for you, because you're going to piggyback. Wade did, and I stole something from the pivot, which I stole the word pivot, because it took me a while to keep watching and watching. That's what they mean by the pivot. What do you mean by pivot? And then I realized what they was talking about. Right. And I said, oh, okay, I understand. What pivot in your life did it? Boom, 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 boom. So my thing with you is, why you care about people so much that don't care about you?
Because our community has been brainwashed for so long to not like each other. They've instilled this in us. And it don't matter whether anybody understands what I'm doing. I do more in this county than anybody, probably in this state, than any one individual does. Ain't nobody do what I do. Nobody. Somebody, if you're watching this, name somebody doing what I'm doing. But I'm not recognized except by those that I help. Mm-hmm. But I don't care about that. That's not what God has me on. Mm-hmm. The mission God has me on isn't about recognition. It's not. It's not about me saying that why they got me on this and giving me this award. They give awards every week to all kinds of stuff, and they forget about me. None of them making more money than I'm making. None of them making more progress than I'm making. None of them doing anything that I'm doing. They're not on my level, but they're not recognizing me. But I don't care. I mean, the only reason I'm saying it now is because you asked.
Right.
I don't go around saying, oh, man, how they leave me out of that? It don't matter. Leave me out. I don't care. That's not what I'm doing it for. I'm doing
Right.
it for my people. You know, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
it's all about. I'm doing it because God has set me on a path to do a certain mission. And when my mission is through, hey, then I'm through with whatever God has me doing. But until then, I got to keep on that path. If God provides, I got to keep, I got to keep on that path.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
Right. You know how some people and I don't know, maybe you get it and I get it too. I get it all the time. You get it. It's like when we speak and people, it's like so surprised the way we speak. And then the first thing they say that really rub me the wrong way is, oh man, you should be a preacher. Oh, you should be a preacher. I'm like, I should be no damn preacher. I should be Bernard Brown. So how do you feel when people, oh, you should be a preacher? Do it rub you the wrong way, or it just you just accept it and keep moving?
well, I'm gonna tell you, my pastor told me Friday. I was at church giving a speech at my one of our good friends Walter's funeral, and my pastor told my wife that he the one should be giving this eulogy. He the one should be preaching. That's what my pastor told my wife.
Right.
And I'm gonna go when God calls me. I'm gonna go where God sends me, and
Mm-hmm.
I have not been called to take nobody's pulpit.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't my job. My job is to do what I am doing right now, no matter
Right.
whether anybody likes it or not. If I was to go tomorrow, it is when God has in the book of life for me to leave. I cannot complain. I
Right.
cannot complain. I won't complain because he's been good to me.
Right. Absolutely. Give me one one incident in your life that you can say, hey, a wake-up call. That gave me a wake-up call.
Well, I've had many wake up calls in my life,
Give me three. Give me
but
three.
I don't know whether I could give you three. But I'm
All
just
right.
going to tell you, I'm going to give
Uh,
you what I can remember.
all right.
That's
All
most
right.
relevant.
Right.
Watching going to a funeral gives you a different perspective on life. When you see that person's journey has ended, then it should give you a different perspective on life.
Mm-hmm.
We celebrate that person for that day, but we should not forget them. You keep the memory of your wife all the time. She won't be forgotten in your life. And we should be like that with all our people. If I was to make it and I become rich, it is people like Walter that I will have an award presented in his name,
Mm-hmm.
every year. And I'm going to do that because Walter is responsible for me sitting here right now. I wouldn't be here right now, sitting here talking to you. See, God has you in line to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't deter from that path. I have tried and he has pushed me back in line.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And so you just got to be consistent and steady and knowing that you're on a mission and it ain't your mission.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
not your mission, it's God's mission. When God has something for you, then hey, just keep doing it. I'm blessed because I happen to be in those places where God put me, not where Julius went. I'm in places where God put me.
Right.
People say, well, oh man, I ain't seen you in church. I go to church every day.
Yeah.
It's here. I speak with God daily. I don't have to show you in church that I'm talking to God. Y'all go do that.
Right.
Y'all go do that. I'm going to follow somebody who is going to lead me and help build, who is unselfish, who don't care about themselves. All they care about is the community. Because if you're called, then it's not about you. God didn't call you to take care of you. God called you to take care of the people. So if you're not taking care of the people, then you're not called. You can stop with all the fake shit because I'm not trying to hear it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to follow soldiers. I'm not going to follow a coward. No way. Yeah. I'm not going to follow a coward if he was trying to lead me out of a burning house.
Yeah. You're right. We came from the same, I'll say boat, but we came from the same cloth, because people take your passion, our passion, as we done lost our mind, and no. If we're not passionate about it, then we ain't gonna touch it. And like I say, I was nervous last week when I did your interview. I'm nervous again this week when I did your interview. I'm like this. I'm nervous. I've been coaching for 27 years, Drew, and I still get nervous every single time. If I don't get nervous, it's time for me to move on and do something else. So, and that's what you have. You have that fire. And you like E.F. Hutton. When you talk, people go listen, but sometimes people listen to the wrong shit. Instead of listening to your message, they listen about trying to judge you at the same time.
Right.
So, how can you separate the Julius Hall story from the Julius Hall demand?
Well, I don't try to separate anything except my personal life from what I do. My story and my journey is my mission, and it's the mission that I didn't choose for me. I didn't want to do this.
Yeah,
God put it in me to do what I do. When it ends, it ends. If the devil feels like he has more power and he can intervene and take me out of the way, then that's what God wants to happen at the time. Somebody else needs to step up. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that I'm going to be here and I'm some savior. I'm here to do what God has me doing. And that's what it's all about. I'm not preaching. I'm just bringing the information. Don't look at me and judge me. Listen to my message. Close your eyes, listen to my message, and see where it is going. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I learned something earlier where it say wrong will catch up with you. Wrong will catch up with you. So finish that sentence.
Wrong will catch up with you. Most times, but you got to understand this also. Most times, wrong is not going to catch up with you every time. Mm-hmm. Because, a lot of people say, oh, that's karma. You can always get karma. That's a damn lie. I don't even believe in karma.
Right.
No, I don't. I believe in God. I believe in reciprocity. I don't do what I need to do, and if I do good, then it might be something good come from it. I just believe that you should always try to do good, but wrong. The devil has been doing wrong forever. You got wrong. A lot of people that's been doing wrong forever. Look at the current president. Look at Elon Musk. Look at what they're doing to destroy everything that we're doing, and then you still got a bunch of Stevens trying to help them. Stevens from Django trying to help them.
Right.
You see that group at the White House that was acting a fool, and Donald Trump had just canceled everything for Black people, and they were there celebrating that. How could you celebrate your own demise? How could you celebrate your own disappearance from existence? Trying to wipe you out. How could you be somewhere with the person that did it celebrating? I was trying to. I don't know whether Eden was able to get that video, but I don't see it loaded, so she don't have it yet.
Yeah,
she must be out.
Yeah, and you're right. And piggyback on that, I'm gonna do this here. We're gonna go to a break, and then we're gonna piggyback on what you just said.
Well, 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 Mr. R. Black Media.
Donald Trump, what the hell are you doing in my office? Why aren't you in jail?
I'm not going to jail. My slave Stephen, my friend, your Savannah homeboy, Clarence Thomas, made sure that I don't go to prison. I told you I was coming back to get you and them damn Brown brothers, Charlie Brown and Bernard Brown. What are you doing in this fancy office? When I'm finished with you and the ATR crew, you will all have black jobs.
Trump, you will be stopped. The American people will stop you.
The American people are fools. They elected me, didn't they? And I'm gonna pick either Marjorie Taylor Greene or Tim Scott as my vice president, only to pull the rest of the idiots in this country behind me.
Well, suppose President Biden uses those new powers to make you go away before the election.
Biden is too weak and too principled to use those powers. I have even fooled the Christian community. For 2,000 years, they have been warning the world about the return of the devil. And when I showed up, they bought a Bible from me.
Donald, don't you have any sense of morality or decency in you, man?
Are you kidding me? I'm king now. I don't have to be moral or decent. The people must do what I say and follow my rules. Now, where's that damn Charlie Brown and Mr. America?
Donald, you have to rethink this. What are you doing, man?
You have until January the 20th to close this platform down and go back to Africa, or you will have to get a black job. Tell Robert that I promised him that he would be frying fish at Shabazz restaurant. And Jamal, if I hear one more word from him, he will be giving tours in Haiti.
Don't do this, Donald.
I will be back on January the 21st. And when I return, this place better be closed. And everyone here better have black jobs. Oh, by the way, Burger King is hiring.
I'm American at the door. I don't take no room for nobody. Come on, bring it on. Let's kick it.
Boy,
Hey,
Lord have mercy. Could you believe what we just seen? That commercial we just seen, right? That break we just seen. Number one, he said he will return. All right. And he said return of the devil. 4 years later, he's back.
yeah. Well, that was something that we produced there. back in June, I believe, of 2024, last year, June. And our animation guy produced that, and I wrote it. I wrote all of it, and he produced it, and he put all the stuff in place.
Right.
But he those things that came true. You know what I'm saying? Everything in it, and we showing you. And Kamala Harris was telling people what was going to happen, and it is now happening. I don't see how nobody's not paying attention. I don't see how nobody's up in a rage, wondering why there isn't something being done. I don't understand it. It's no sense of outrage right now. It's got me baffled, and I'm a little disjointed right now.
Yeah,
wondering why we aren't unified. There hasn't been one march in Savannah, period, not one, to protest anything. And we probably boycott and Target. That's about it all. But I don't know what else is being done on a unified basis in this county. Other places are proactive, but see, we let our leaders get away with so much here with their they're reactive. They're not even reactive. They're inactive. I made a post the other day. So we need to be proactive, but we are reactive, and our leaders are inactive.
You're right. It's like this. You said, I may be wrong, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
You got to show, I may be wrong, but I doubt it. And you was right on point with this. You was right on point. And I'm like, come on, people. Y'all need a wake-up call. This dude don't care about nobody. When this dude got the richest man
in the world,
the richest man in the world at the White House, and he's just your sidekick, and he running shit, the treasury audit. Come on, can somebody make this make sense? What's the purpose of him doing? What's his agenda? Tell me, what's his agenda? Eli Muff agenda.
Well, it's kind of deep, and I don't know whether I can be able to even explain it. It ain't just about Elon. It's a group of people who has Elon as the front guy out there with it. Is Trump being Trump? Trump ain't doing nothing. This ain't Trump. That right. Now. This ain't. Matter of fact, I tell you, I like Donald Trump. I think he's an idiot, but I like Donald Trump. I like some of the things that he's doing because it wasn't benefiting us, even though it was for us. And it's a lot of things that this country is doing ass backwards, and the Democrats have been ass backwards for a while. It's a lot of things that he's putting in place, but and that's only about 297 of his executive orders are total idiocy.
Right.
Right. Probably 3 of them I like, but 3 or 4 that I like, but the other 296, 97 ain't worth a nickel. It's to do, and all that is a distraction. He's putting out all these executive orders as a distraction, and the distraction is to get us not paying attention to what they're really doing. You see what I'm saying? What are you going to Fort Knox for? What president ever went to Fort Knox? What's wrong with this dude? You know what I'm saying? What is he going at the IRS and you need to go at the IRS, but what are you going at Social Security and after Medicare and firing all the federal workers that keep this country running, the things that really make everything smooth in this country, to keep that fine all machine turning. He could have done a whole lot by just saying, okay, let me go in and cut waste here, not fire every damn body. Let me go in and tell them, say, hey, you either got to do better. Here's the department head. Put people in there that's going to do the job. But I'm glad that he's doing it all at one time. See, because if he'd have did it a little bit at a time, then nobody would have been paying attention. But he's doing it all at one time, and making everybody pay attention. But 300 executive orders in 30 days, that means that he's trying to distract us from watching what they're really doing. You don't listen. I'm telling you, there's a bigger picture going on behind the scenes and y'all don't see it. We don't see it because they haven't revealed it yet. But it's going to be a bombshell. A lot of people are going to suffer and it's going to get worse. And like I said, I saw Jamal Bryant's video today. Everybody need to go and watch Jamal Bryant's video. I thought that we might have had it uploaded, but I'm gonna tell you it's on TikTok, and that's it right there. But if you go there, please go and watch this video. Please go and watch
Jamal Bryant. Yeah.
Go and watch this video. This video is absolutely what every black pastor. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna go there. That video is what every pastor who gives a damn needs to be doing. They ain't got to be black. Every pastor in this country needs to be doing. You wonder why your church is empty? It's because you have nothing that you fight for besides the tithes. That's why your church is empty. Your message is fruitless because you don't fight for nothing that's worthy. And so Jamal Bryant, I told you I'm going to join New Birth.
Yeah.
Because,
matter of fact, you're right. Didn't he took over from New Birth? What's the guy who passed away?
Not he didn't take Creflo. He took what's his name, the tight shirt wearing guy.
That's the one who passed away. The big guy. Yeah. I forgot his name, but he took over there. Oh, okay.
I get his name on the tip of my tongue. I just can't.
I know it.
I want to know big Eddie Long.
Eddie Long. Yeah. Right.
And,
Eddie Long.
So but like I said, I like his fire. If you go there, I could follow this man out of a burning house. But I'm not following a coward out of nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If you got the passion to tell the people what they need to hear, listen, I wish we could play this, but the producer text me and say she ain't home. That's why she didn't load it. She's out of it, but it'll be up for 2.
Maybe play on the Rabble.
Our show on Wednesday on the Rabble. And we'll talk about it extensively. I know Sonya will. Sandra. You better stop calling her Sonya too. But we will play that and talk about it. And I'm sure we'll spend 30 minutes talking about that video. It is that powerful to me. It was powerful enough for me to say, I live in Savannah, Georgia. I'm 245 miles away from from Atlanta. It was powerful enough for me to say, I'm going to join that church. It's powerful enough for me to say, I want to pour into that church. Because I don't have a damn church here that's doing what he's doing. Make me stay. Stand your asses up, pastors. I mean, people talking, why are you talking to pastors that way? Man, I don't give a... Listen, they obviously wasn't called.
Yeah.
They obviously wasn't called if they ain't doing what this man is doing. If they ain't in the pulpit saying what he's saying from the pulpit and ain't never scared. I can follow somebody that ain't never scared, but you ain't going to get me to give you one nickel. Not one nickel that I earned to throw into a burning fire. You ain't gonna throw mine into no fire pit. It's useless. It's serving no purpose. Why should I give you money that's gonna serve no purpose? No, I want to be. I'd rather follow it. I'd rather follow somebody that's going and die with that person that is doing what God has called them to do. If they can't see this, if you can't see it and comprehend what is going on in this country, then something is wrong with you. There's something wrong with you as a pastor and as a leader of an organization. If you're not rallying the people now You have no vision. You don't need to be in that spot if you don't see the urgency of what it is. If you don't have the outrage that you should be having, saying, I need to do something, then you don't need to be in that spot. It's just that simple. So, in Newburgh, shout outs to Newburgh in Atlanta, Georgia.
All right.
Shout out to Barber in North Carolina. Shout out to Pastor Smalls over in what Pastor Smalls Church over in Thunderbolt. Savannah. I forgot the name of Pastor Small Church, but you got people that are actively saying something. Pastor Smalls says something, and I ain't got to go to Atlanta. That's just a metaphor for me.
Right. Yeah.
But I can go join Pastor Small's church right then in Thunderbolt. You know what I'm saying? Which is part of Savannah. Thunderbolt is a little city.
Right.
But it's about people that's doing the work. It's about people that's giving them the right message to our community and ain't scared. It ain't about your nonprofit. Shit, Trump fit to take your nonprofits from churches anyway. It might have been one of them 300 executive orders. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Churches fit to lose all exempt status. Yeah. And they so stupid they don't understand that if they leave it, the churches with tax exempt status, the black churches ain't gonna do nothing. But once you take it from them, they might do something. But those people are so mean-spirited and racist that they want to take it. So they figuring that it's going to help them, but it'll help us. I want them to take tax exempt status from all churches. No church should have tax exempt status. None. No church.
Yeah. And piggyback on what you just said and what I'm about to say, you can piggyback on me. Okay, so this is my theory about it. It's like, okay, it's 535, up there, what I'm saying, with when you come to the Washington and all that, right? And so what Trump doing is he gets sent out all these executive order, right? So it's the court denied and it go to the Supreme Court. Now that he done packed the Supreme Court, now some of it can get by because he got most of his people on the Supreme Court. And that's the last court. That's the last court. Supreme Court make the decision. So that's what he's doing. Let me throw all these executive orders out. And so when they deny it, it's going to go to the Supreme Court. Now I got my little buddies and my girls sitting up there waiting on it so they can pass it. So this my mindset. So do you think the same way I'm thinking? Or I'm just asking you, that's what's going on here.
Well, the only way that we're going to have a constitutional crisis is if Trump disobeys the Supreme Court. Now, the Supreme Court, as flawed as they may be, I believe that they are attorneys, they are trained attorneys, and we'll have to see whether they will follow the law and respect the Constitution. Because take this. If Trump does not follow an order given by the Supreme Court, then there is no need for a Supreme Court. Right. So then that makes them non-existent, powerless, and nobody has to listen to them if the president doesn't.
Right.
So that's why you have the checks and balances of the three branches of government. The legislative, the judicial, and the executive. And they check each other. Yeah. And so if Trump is not going to listen to them, then you have a constitutional crisis. And then if that happens, then you have anarchy. Then if that happens, that's when he knows that he can bog the court down all the way up until for 3 years while he's doing all this devilishness.
Right.
And while he's doing all that, that's why he said you won't ever have to vote again. He meant
right. He meant that,
So
yes.
you can cancel out all elections. He's staying there as the king. You see what I'm saying? It is a constitutional crisis already, but nobody has the vision to see it. Nobody don't understand what this man is doing. Hell, we loved Obama. We loved the fact and had all this kind of pride. But if Obama was doing this here, we would all be against him. But the Republican Party has no marrow in their backbones. They have nothing. They are spineless. So somebody has to check them. And if the Supreme Court don't, heaven save us. We can't count on that dude from Savannah, Georgia. He's Stephen from Django. Clarence Thomas is no good. Clarence Thomas is probably the worst person to ever come out of in the history of Savannah to ever leave this. And we done had Klansmen done hung people and everything.
Right.
Clarence Thomas is worse than any Klansman ever lived. Clarence Thomas is. He's nothing.
And on piggyback, you know what? Like I say, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Part 2 of the Julius Hall story. And you know, if you missed part 1, it'll be rerun next week. But this young man, don't like I say, listen to the message. Listen to the message. Whether you like him or don't like him or however, listen to the message, because this young man don't have to do this. He could have came out after 21 years and say, hell with all y'all, and married to one of the most beautiful, intelligent young lady and run off on the sunset. But no, he's still fighting for y'all rights, constantly fighting. What I don't get, Julius, is this him. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, way back there, constantly fighting, and we still fighting for our rights. So somebody please tell me, Jew, can you tell me, make it make sense? Why are we still fighting for the same thing that they was fighting for?
We're the only group on the planet that don't support each other. We're the only group of people on the planet that don't support each other. On the planet, in this whole world, we're the only group. They weren't all with King. You had a bunch of people that was against King. You had spies in King's organization that was telling everything that he was doing. You had spies in Malcolm X's group. You know, they sought to kill Malcolm, and they did. Mm-hmm. They sought to kill King, and they did. You know, and so they weren't followed by everybody. You had haters. Oh, why is he raising all that hell? Why is he doing that? Why is he saying that? They're saying the same thing about me now here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Why is he saying that? Why is he against this? Why is he talking so bad about the black man? Well, you know, I'm talking about that black man because that black man who's in leadership ain't doing shit. Excuse my French. I don't care whether you like it or not. I'm passionate about what I do, and I say what I say, and I mean what I say. You have people in leadership in the black community that isn't doing nothing but collecting a check. You have people that are there as puppets. You have people, and we're trying to replace all of them. It's going to take time. We have done a whole lot, and then we put some people in who say they were with us, and then they turned around and filled those shoes of those people and did the same thing that those people are doing that we kicked out. We got those kind of people like Dietrich and Linda, that say they were going there to be whipping sticks. They were going there to be the fire to put on the spark, to light the match, to get things going for our community. But they went in and they're still doing the same thing. That's just locally. But when you look all over, you got a bunch of people that aren't doing what they're supposed to do. They're scared. See, because as soon as the establishment comes and tap them on the back and tell them they're doing a good job, then they're scared from that moment on, or they're that's all it took was to touch. Yeah. You know, and now you're in their camp. You're not advocating for the people no more. You want to build what they want to build. Listen, the establishment is needed. That's how things are built. All the things that are built, those people got the money, they can build it. There's nothing wrong with that. They are needed. They are part of the process. But in doing that, you have to build our community also. Atlanta's a prime example of building your own community. Savannah is scared because you have weak-kneed Negroes and spineless Negroes that don't want to do what's necessary because it's all about them and not about the people. So until then, until we get that thing turned around, until we get the process where you aren't scared to govern, you aren't scared to tell them that this is what we're going to have, then you aren't scared to tell corporations that they're going to give to the communities that they're affecting, you know, with pollution and traffic and every damn thing else. Until you get that, we're going to be stuck in that pit. And it's going to take a while for us to dig ourselves out. You're going to need strong people who don't mind speaking their mind and getting things done. Atlanta, like I said, is a prime example of building Black wealth. And we could do the same thing here in this county. Not that we won't want white wealth. White wealth is going to always be there. They got it. They're going to help us build together. But you can build Black wealth where we can all provide and we can all contribute to the success of our communities together. Black, white, Asian, whatever it is. But you don't have anybody with that kind of vision to say, okay, that's what I'm going in the office to do. You know, and I can tell you right now, I praise my wife, and not only because she's my wife, I praise my wife because when she goes to work as an elected official, it ain't about her. You ain't gonna never see Tanya Hall saying anything is about her. It's about those kids. That's all she cares about is those 38,000 students in the Chatham County public school system. Ain't never about her, ever. You ain't gonna never see her do anything that's selfish when it comes to politics. Nothing. Somebody called her to go to lunch. One of the contractors or something wanted to take all the people to lunch. She said, "Well, I don't know whether I want to go that day." They said, "Why?" She said, "Because I might not be hungry that day." You know what I'm saying? She ain't going just because she want a meal. She ain't going just because she want a pat on the back. You know, she'll listen to what you got to say, but when the end, it's about what she can do for somebody else, not what she can do for herself.
And you're absolutely right. And piggyback off that, is your wife, you know, you ain't no different than your wife. It's like, it's not about Julius Hall. It's not about Julius Hall. It's not about the Hall. It's not. So I'm letting people know, stop thinking or stop talking behind people's back, say, oh, it's about him. It ain't about him. It's about y'all trying to get where we at to help y'all community. Y'all sit back there, y'all Negroes sit back there and don't want to say nothing. Don't want to say, oh, we ain't going to rattle the fence. Let's rattle until we shake the fence and it come up at the end of the day. So somebody asked me, say, I know you say things will come out your blue book. Are you afraid of your life? I ain't afraid of nobody but God.
That's it.
And if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And at the end of the day, at least I can say, and I'm going to give you this after this, it's like, I did the right thing. So how you feel about, you know, people, somebody come, oh, you ain't afraid for your life. We doing what God want us to do. So piggyback off that.
Listen, I died already. I'm serious. I tell people this all the time. You're looking at the shell. I died a long time ago. This is the rebirth. You know, Julius Hall died a long time ago. I don't care anything about dying. I know I got to die. I haven't even cried at all the funerals I've been to until Friday. I have not cried at a funeral until Friday because I knew what that person meant to me in my life. Well, 2 Fridays ago. I know what that person meant to my life.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what that person did to save my life. I know that God placed that person in my life so that I can continue to do what I'm doing. So I know I don't cry, at least not in public. I do cry, but not in public.
Right.
I'm not afraid for my life. You know, like I said, I died already. That Julius Hall that y'all knew is on the wreck yard in Long Park, California, buried.
Yeah.
And can't get out. So this is me. I don't care. I'm 63 years old. If I live to be 93 or 103, I'll be so happy that, hey, you know, that's where I'm at 40 years from now. But if I don't, then I just don't. You know, but that's what God has for me. My life is already written, book of life. When I die, that's when I die. You see what I'm saying? It don't mean nothing else. That's when I die, I am gone. It does not matter to me. I am on a mission for whatever God has me playing for me. That's what I'm going to do. And it's without fear.
Right. And on that note, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Savannah, are you looking for some of the best Southern soul food? Then check out Kim's Cafe at 714 MLK Boulevard. The food is so good, you'll think that your mother cooked it. Located in the heart of Savannah, Kim's has a menu that includes breakfast anytime, lunch when you need it, and dinner so you won't have to cook when you get home. They also cater all types of events and can host your reserved event at the restaurant. Come see what everyone has been raving about. Great food, great atmosphere, and a great time. Kim's Cafe, 714 MLK Boulevard in beautiful downtown Savannah.
Welcome. I wanted to keep the surprise for you. I wanted to bring in one of your favorite people on this is your moment, and I want to bring one of your favorite person that's in the world, the one and only James Ike Brown. And I'm gonna piggyback. I'm gonna let Ike take over and have him ask you questions of anything he want to ask. I'm just gonna piggyback and I'm just gonna sit and enjoy the rest of the show. And matter of fact, I have two of my favorite people on the show. I don't let anybody to come take over now. That's a no-no. You know?
You got a great guy there. That guy right there, man. If I was half the man that he is, God would be pleased with me, because this man has the heart that pastors should have. You know what I'm saying? When you have a heart and a mindset that I want to help, every pastor should be saying, I want to help instead of I want some money. You know what I'm saying? And I've never seen this man here ever do anything without saying, how can I help? James, man, listen, if we could get the pastors to be half the man that you are, a fourth of the man that you are, we would be good. But it's work.
Yeah.
And thank you, my brother. And I'm motivated just by you. And I appreciate those kind words. I'm just being myself like always. But just being around you and just what you brought to my life, doing some heavy-hearted times, going through a lot with my wife with the cancer and everything else that she was going through, and just hearing you constantly motivating me, giving me strength. I think the pastors need to hear that as well on what you do for people behind closed doors, because a lot of times they don't know that. You know, they're quick to talk about you on other platforms, on other issues, on you trying to grow and progress in life, and they steady shoving dirt on you. They need to hear and see that other side of you on how you help people that they don't know about. And you definitely been there through me, going through what I've been going through, and still going through it by the grace of God. But at the same time, you need people here on this earth also to pick up that phone and call you to tell you, hey, I'm there for you. If you need anything, just let me know. I can pray all day until I turn blue without his prayers and sending somebody to me, far as coming to the house, delivering stuff, or picking up that phone and hearing that person on the other end motivate you to keep you strong. That's you, and I really do appreciate it. I was looking at reading your book the other day, and I saw something. I read a passage in it on the crossing the line. It said, Mr. Hall invite readers on a soul-striving odyssey, urging them to confront their own obstacles and unlock their own true potential. According to Mr. Hall, it's the choices that we make in our life. If we make the right choices, you probably can get by in life to be productive. If not, then you're going to go down that wrong road. You always saying things to motivate people. You're always saying things to help people and to tell you don't have an issue with telling people about your journey. And I wrote something down myself. I said, I'd rather follow a man who was honest with his past mistakes than someone who think they're perfect. I know you've been through hell and back, and you're still standing. Society don't like giving you a second chances, and there's people out there don't like giving anyone second chances. So I had a question for you. How do you handle the criticism of the likes of people that used to say things about you and probably still do, especially when you was running for mayor, like Bold Journal magazine, WSAV, Savannah News, the Port Worth News? All these people had something to say when you was running for mayor. And so, and I know that would get to me because I know I'm a passionate person, but how do you handle the criticism? And when in your darkest hours and when you're down in your basement, do you think about it?
Well, to answer your question, and thank you for those kind words, because you probably was too kind, like Charlie Brown like to say. You too kind. But let me tell you something. I'm just a regular man also, but when you have died and you had a new birth, then nothing that anybody says about you should matter. And that's how I live my life. I don't care what nobody's opinion of me should not affect me. Because all I got to do is keep grinding, keep doing what I'm doing. I don't let nobody that's behind me be an obstacle for what's in front of me. I just brush it off because I know that my mission that I am on, until God takes me off of it, then I got to keep rolling. I don't care what they're saying about me. They don't support me. They don't pay the rent. They don't pay the nothing. Listen, everybody thinks about what somebody says about them. Everybody gets in their feelings sometimes, but you cannot let it affect your mission, your journey. Because if you do, they won. If you keep on grinding and you keep on moving, they can't win because they saying, damn, that didn't stop him. No matter what I said about him, that didn't stop him. I don't care what you say about me. It does not matter because I can't sleep. Listen, ask my wife, I sleep good at night. She ain't gonna tell you that I toss and turn on no night. She ain't gonna let you, that ain't gonna happen. I just keep grinding, James. I keep it moving. And when I got brothers like y'all, we are family. People just don't understand and know we are family. And when we support each other, I get off on knowing that I got friends that are behind me 100%. Because if my enemy is not with me, I can't let that stop me. If somebody don't like me, I can't let that stop me. On last week's show with Bernard, we talked about the accolades and people getting recognition and notice about the things that they're doing in the community. And I was telling them, I do more than anybody in the community, but I don't care. And the only reason I was telling him about what I do is because he asked. I don't go around saying, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and nobody gave me no award. What am I gonna do with the award? What I'm gonna do? Put it on the shelf? I got work to do. We got work to do. So we can't let nothing stop us. And that's just my focus. I'm focused. I got to stay focused, because if I let them get in my head, they're gonna occupy space for free when they should be paying.
Right. But homage need to be paid to you though. And I don't know if you guys remember Jesse Johnson. He was that guitar player, and he went out on his own back in the 80s when he was with Prince.
Yeah.
And had his own album, Jesse Johnson. I was listening to him the other day, and the reporter said, well, you need your flowers, you need your accolades, you do so much, you did so much behind the scenes that nobody knew about. You helped wrote some of those songs when you was with Prince. You helped arrange and produce some of those songs from the group called The Times. People need to know about what you do, because all they know is that you had an album or two and you're a guitar player. They need to know that behind the scenes and in the background, you did a lot. So it doesn't really bother you that you do a lot of stuff and people really don't want to give you your flowers or acknowledge you when you do stuff, because Bernard, I tell you, y'all been friends for well over 40 years. And we talk about it all the time. Say, man, I wish we can put something together, a banquet or something to recognize Julius, because he do so much. He need to be honored. He need to get his flowers while he's here. So with saying that, that's not you, is what you're saying? That you don't need that? You don't need that pat on the shoulder, because we all need to be lifted sometimes.
Well, like Martin Luther King said back in the day, Martin said that everybody who does something wants to be recognized for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Martin said that. But we're not here to get recognition. If you're here to get recognition for what you did, that is for everybody else to give you that recognition. It is not for you to want. If it is given, then fine. But for you to want it, somebody asked me to speak on a panel the other day, and this is probably the closest I came to. This is the closest I came to what you're saying. They asked me to speak on the panel, but I could not talk about anything but my new radio station. I said, well, I do more than radio. I say, if I'm on any panel, it is too many people that help me and have helped me to build what I'm building. I say, so I got to be able to talk about the radio station. I got to be able to talk about the podcast shows that we got, 20-something plus shows. I got to be able to talk about the Roku station, and we're the only ones in this county that has one of our own doing what we're doing. I got to be able to talk about the magazines that we put out. I got to be able to talk about my books and all the other books that we want to do, and all the artists that we want to help to make take to another level. I got to be able to talk about the crew that helps me. I said, I need a platform all by myself to talk about these people. I said, I can't share a stage with nobody. I can't get up there and talk about Julius Hall. I told her this ain't about me. I need to tell these people that I appreciate what y'all are doing. And if you're going to have me on there, I need to recognize all of them. But she said, well, I don't want you to do that. I said, no, it has to be about the whole of us. I cannot come in and talk just about the radio station. Y'all listen to the radio station is the best music played on the face of this earth. I had people calling me today about we played gospel from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. today. And I had people calling me telling me they were crying, telling me they didn't even need to go to church today. Said that they worshiped at home, you know, and told me had somebody else call me and tell me they were blessed by listening to our station today.
And,
you know what I'm saying? So it's all about that. It's not about getting any recognition. If it comes, then fine. Then it highlights everything that we're doing.
Right.
But I cannot talk about piece of it. I got to talk about all of it.
Right. And you pretty much on all the shows, because you got so many shows on your platforms, and you make an appearance on pretty much all your shows. You know, if I turn on watch YouTube and just pull up one of your shows, I see you on there. I pull up the Rival, I see you. I pull up the Sports Show, I see you. I pull up America After Dark, I see you. So I see you on pretty much all your shows, because you have to make that appearance to build the audience up so they'll know who you are. So where are you trying to take the platform, so to speak, to the point where you don't have to appear on so many shows 10 years, 15 years from now? So are you just you galvanizing everybody and giving everybody the knowledge so that they can have their own platform and they can do their own thing? But where are you trying to take the platform so you can actually be back there in the background producing the shows? Well, or do you like being out there in the front, which you say you don't, but you know?
And I don't. I wish I used to be on 5-6 shows. Now I'm just on, unless somebody called me like Bernard did to get me on his show. I try not to. I got so much I'm doing with radio and work that I don't have time. So I don't really. I know that I'm the face of the organization, and I don't mind being the face. I'm just not the body. We are the body, all of us. It takes all of us working, doing what we're doing. I just keep the lights on. All of us keeps it going. So I don't care anything about being on those shows. I'm on the Rabble every Wednesday is the only show that I'm really, and Thursday with the Sports Show. Those are the only 2 shows that I'm really committed to. Incarceration to Incorporation on Fridays at 6 p.m. Somebody else is handling that. I go on for guest appearances. And the Watchdogs on Saturday at noon. I only go on that for if one of the hosts are out and they need me to fill in or something. The Rabble and the Sports Show are the only 2 that I do on a regular, continuous basis now. I do have, I might be wrong, but I doubt it. I do that show once a month. And I'm on From the Hood to the Pulpit. That show is monthly also right now. So yeah. I come on whenever I'm called.
Yeah.
Right. And that's hold on, Jake. That's good. That was a great answer. And we'll be right back off this break.
Need your garments cleaned with care and with a professional touch? Then bring them to One Price Cleaners in Garden City at the Old Farmers Market on Highway 80. Service you can count on.
Welcome back. Here we is, part 2 with the one and only Julius Hall. and I have a special guest on here, James Ike Brown. Glad you could tune in. And like I say, he's one of those. These two are one of the most famous people in my life, and I know, you know, Julius and all of us, we feel the same way. You have been. I think a lot of people know now, just by part one, part two, know a better understanding of Juju Hall. And that was my purpose of bringing you here on the Bernard Brown Show, is clear up some things that let you clear it up, because they're always saying, you know, Bernard, he's all Jews, he's killed Jews' blood and this and that. No. This is one of my best friends in the world, and I'm going to defend him because I know him. Let me say it again. I am going to defend him because I know him. So who got a problem? It is what it is. And that's why I brought my little brother James Brown to piggyback off of me, to continue to ask him the questions that people want to know. And I did it because I don't want, you biased. No, I ain't biased. Because the question he don't know, and the question that James asked he don't know. So now I brought my big brother to come put the icing on the cake, because I already done bake it.
Hey,
let's carry on.
Hey, the 12 disciples had to follow Jesus because they sensed something special about him, and they wanted to follow him. But you keep in mind, it was that one that betrayed him. So it's always going to be that one or two or more that's going to talk against something when they see it's going in the right direction. When they so you keep following your brother. That's the reason I follow you, my brother, because you have done so much for me, and I'm speaking of my Bernard. You done so much for me, looking out for me when I was growing up. You still look out for me, and I look out for you. I look out for you as well. And so you want to find that person that you can look up to. You want to find that person that, you know, when you pick up that phone late at night, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, they're going to always pick up that phone. So you got to have one or two people that you know that's always going to be in your corner. So I want to direct this to Brother Julius. Who motivates you? And what motivates you? Because in order to, it's not too many people, well, I don't know any, that has their own media network. And that takes a lot. And it takes a lot of people behind the scene also to help you accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. Because you don't pat, like you say, you don't pat yourself on the shoulder, and you don't take all the credit solely on yourself, because you got people in the background helping you. So who actually motivates you, and what motivates you?
Well, to tell you the truth, all of you all motivate me. Because listen, I can't do this by myself. I need everybody that's with me, and it's like 40 of y'all. You know, it might be 50.
Yeah.
But it's 40 to 50 people that keeps everything going here. Like I told Bernard earlier, I might pay the bills, but y'all keep everything going. Y'all help me keep everything going. I got shows in my mind for other people to do. One for you with Judge Ike. You know, I got stuff that I have planned where we're growing every year. We've been 5 years here. 5 years. It'll be 6 years in October the 19th. But 5.5 years I've been doing what I'm doing. Started out with one show with Charlie Brown. But what motivates me is the understanding that you all see the vision. You all see that we're putting in this time and this effort to build something that we can leave behind, something that we can leave as a what they call that thing in the when the river, they come to watch the little tower in the port. You know,
down at the when the ship's coming in on the dock.
Yeah.
That's you on the dock of the bay.
Yeah, we're my mind is so bad right now.
No, we're good. We're good.
Lighthouse.
Lighthouse.
We're the lighthouse for everybody coming and wanting to do what we're doing. I get people tell me all the time that hey, I want to start a podcast show. Hey, I want to do this here. We have young people now doing shows on our radio station. We're going to have other people doing shows on our radio station. It's about us building the community. What motivates me is knowing that people are buying into the idea that they finally seen. And I'm going to tell you, y'all get ready. I'm totally serious. I don't like it, but it's going to happen. We boomed when the pandemic hit. We were booming when the pandemic hit. Everybody had to be home and they were watching us. And all we had was podcast shows.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to boom again because it's going to be so much widespread depression from what is happening in this country that we're going to boom again. People are going to have to listen to our Roku station, our radio station, listen to our podcast, or read our magazines, or read our books. Because my books are not going to be the only ones there. It won't just be my books. It'll be other people's books also. We're going to have on that Roku station platform at the bottom all the books. We're going to have publishing. So we're going to have all this. And we're changing where we live at. Mm-hmm. Y'all two are in Atlanta. We got people in Houston, New York, North Carolina. We got people all over the globe, Florida, everywhere. And we are a family. It's 50-something of us, I believe, that keeps all our platforms going, that keeps all our shows going. We just had we had 2 professional football players. We used to have Ben Troop on our sports show. He does that pigskin football on ESPN. He's a member, but Ben ain't been here in about a year or so. But we got Anthony Lanier, the ex NFL player that has come on to our sports platform. So people are joining. We just got to make sure that we continue to grow. We can't become stagnant where we're just there and not doing nothing. We got to be able to say that we're growing. Everything that we're doing, we're growing. I'm proud of Bernard because Bernard came from just flabby talk into being professional. Bernard has grown to the point where he realized, you know what? Damn, I'm affecting people's lives. You still don't care what nobody say. He said what he wants to say, and that's a man. But he has grown, and like I told him on I don't know, was the earlier show or this the one we did last week or this
the Ramble.
I told him, I said, you just keep chipping at that rock. We're gonna get there. Somebody is gonna break through. I don't know who it's gonna be. We got 20-something shows. We got our own radio station. So somebody's gonna break through, and we just got to be consistent with it. We got to be passionate about it and dedicated. We just got to be committed, all of us, and it's gonna go where it needs to go.
And I know you're committed to all your shows. You got so many out there. You got a lot. And like I said, I don't know anyone that actually have their own all black media. And so I commend you on that, because you reach out and you help so many people, and you have tried to help so many people. And like that lighthouse, so to speak, that you're trying to let shine, there has been a lot of people, and I think I had mentioned it earlier about the Bold Journal magazine, WSAV, Savannah Morning News, and the Port Whitworth News. There's been a lot of people that drug you through the mud, and drug you through the mud so bad that you actually had to go to the Georgia Supreme Court just to get some things clarified when you was running for mayor. And there were so many people that was backing you. Now, with all these other platforms that you have, and you're a businessman, and I know you're busy, and I'm quite sure other people want to know, have you given up on running for mayor in the near future, or you just basically just focus on building your brand, building your platform, helping others like myself and Bernard? Have you given up on that aspect far as reaching people the same way you reach them on all your other outlets, and especially your radio station?
Well, I think I have. It's not, if I run for anything, it won't be mayor. It won't be mayor. If I run for anything, it'll be three positions that I will be looking at. It will either be the county commission seat for the 8th District of Chatham County. It will either be the state rep seat for Port Wentworth, Effingham area, or it will be Buddy Carter's seat in the U.S. House. If any of those things look entertaining to me, then that's what I will do. I won't let Buddy Carter continue to hang himself with the stuff that he's doing and the stupidity that he's putting forth. Then I'll make a decision in the next year or two on whether whether it's all according to what God has for me. If God says that's where he wants me at, then that's what I'll make a run at. But other than that, no, I'm not running for mayor. My daughter's the mayor pro tem of Port Wentworth. Let her serve. My wife is on the school board for the 8th District. Let her serve. My cousin is the Chatham County Commission chair. Let him serve. All the people that I've helped to get into office, 30, 40 of them that are currently in office now in Chatham County, let them serve. Anybody that I can help with my company, then that's what I'll do. Now, I do have to tell you that I'm not a Democrat. I'm not. I left the Democratic Party because they're for foolishness. And they're not, and it's a bunch of cowards. I like Brian Kemp. I do. I don't know why, but I like Brian Kemp. I do. So I have a company. And if the Democratic Party don't feel like they need to utilize what we have and that they are going to disrespect our reach, then if the Republican Party comes to me and they're not too much out of line with being a detriment to my community, being an asset to my community, then I have a company. I have to do what will keep the company alive and support my community. I'm not with party affiliation anymore. I'm with what's going to be best for my community. And if you don't want me, then how can I want you? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about individuals. Mm-hmm. My community, I have to continue to serve. But yeah, that's all.
Okay. I'm gonna top it off with this last question. So I'm glad I was able to. I just wanted to point out that to kind of throw some hardball question at you that that I wanted to know, and I'm quite sure other people wanted to know as well, because like you said, the Democratic Party disrespecting our reach and our plight, and so you are not a Democrat, and there's a lot of people out there that love you and a lot of people out there that hate you, and I know you're a praying man. I've been knowing you for a long time, so I don't know how you want to answer this question, but I thought I would just throw it out there because you've been through so much. Do you hold any grudges against anyone?
Yes, I'm glad you asked. That's a great question.
Listen. Hold on, before you answer that, Drew. Before you answer it, we got 10 minutes left. So I'm just. We can go 2 hours. We can go 2 hours.
35 minutes.
It's 35 minutes. I'm looking at it wrong.
Yeah, it's 125 up there to get the 2 hours. That's 35 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, because my clock says something different. Okay, all right. So we got 30 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at the clock. Let me put my glasses on. Yes. You've been here an hour and 25 minutes. If you want.
Hold on.
You got 30, 35. You got 33 minutes left.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at. Let me put my glasses on. All right, you're right. We got 33 minutes left.
You got till 5 minutes after 8.
There you go. All right, there you go. Because you know what? I don't want you. Hey, Jew, I don't want you to come by in about the next 40 minutes and say we got to pay some bills because you went over.
No.
Hey, all right. So, hey, there you go. So carry on, Mr. Julius Hall. Like I said, y'all, just Julius Hall Part 2, and we having a good time. So carry on, young man.
Well, to answer your question, you said, do you hold
any grudges just from your long journey from the time you even had that thought in your head about somewhat of being getting into politics? Because as a senior in high school and the president of that senior class, one would think that a person have some type of aspiration of getting into politics. And so from that age of 18 up until now, and just the people that you have run into, the people you have probably pissed off, the people who thought that this person is not good for the job, or this person is talk too much, or this person is too loud, this person don't see me eye to eye, he don't look at what I'm trying to say because he's putting his own agenda out there. So do you hold any grudges towards anyone that might not see it the way you see it?
Well, let me answer the first part first, with something you said earlier. And I always tell people this. Charlie Brown tell me all the time, say, you got some people that don't like you. I tell Charlie Brown all the time, I don't know nobody that don't like me. How could you not like me? What do I do that would make you dislike me? I tell the truth. And if me telling the truth about you means that you don't like me, then so be it. I'm only going to tell the truth as I see it. You have a right to say whatever you want to say back, but I am going to tell the truth about what you're doing. That's what we do. Somebody was telling me the other day, oh man, told me don't call him this name because it's disrespectful for calling him whatever I called him. And he always calling somebody a name also. And I said, well, don't call me that name because I don't like that name. If you don't like this name, don't call me that name. And he was telling me this here, and I was telling him, and he said, well, he said he didn't know what I do. I said, dude, I'm everywhere doing everything at your places, at your events and everything. You don't know what I do? And I said, that was disrespectful. But I don't hold any grudges with anybody. I don't. I really don't. I'll just not come around you anymore. I'll not participate in anything that you're doing, or I won't patronize any business of yours if that's the case, because really you're not patronizing mine. But holding a grudge, no, that's not holding a grudge. That's being smart. Why should I love you when you don't love me? Why should I buy from you when you don't buy from me? I'm not going to spend a dime with you if you're not spending a dime with me. That's not how the world works. I'm not built like that to be soft. I'm not going to hold a grudge. It's not about holding a grudge. It's about knowing that you have to be smart with what you do. Why should I, if you don't watch my show, but I'm going to sit and watch yours? Really? No, right. No, I don't hold a grudge, but it's not as many people. It's more people that care for me than that don't care for me.
Right.
I don't do enough. I talk about people only because they deserve to be talked about. I tell people I might be wrong, but I doubt it.
Right. And yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. I might be wrong, but I doubt it because I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and that's what it's all about. It's about it takes y'all to bring me on a platform for me to talk about me like this. You know what I'm saying? I've had people, I've been in magazines in California, but I've never been in a magazine in Savannah. I've been in one, but that was for Pula, for the helmet project that we're doing. I've been on radio shows in Atlanta, but I've never been asked to be on the radio show here. You know what I'm saying? People recognize me everywhere else because other people are telling them about me or telling them about us and everything that we're doing. So they got to call me so I can get on the platform because it's not about me. I don't care, but I'm just telling you, I'm answering your question. But they don't recognize us here, and it ain't about me. Jamal can go speak. Bernard could go speak. You could go speak. Call somebody that is see what is happening so that other people can enjoy what we're giving to the world.
Right.
But they don't want to because they don't want our message to be out. They don't want our message to be out. We are doing what we're doing, and we're not caring about whether anybody agrees with it or whether anybody likes it. We just do what we do. We give the information. It's fair, and you can make your own decision from that.
Right.
But no grudges. I don't hold grudges. I keep doing what I'm doing, but I'm gonna be smart with my decisions.
Right.
I'm not gonna hold a grudge against you, that person, but I will hold a grudge from supporting what you're doing. I'm not gonna be a fool. I'm not a fool. You don't support me, but I'm gonna come and spend money with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Who does that? That's not gonna happen.
Right.
You got any more questions?
$200. I spent $200 a month or two ago that I shouldn't have spent.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah. Trust me.
And I'm
No
talking
comment.
about this one place. 2 days in a row, I went and they've never spent $1 with me.
Yeah.
I just have one more question, and thank y'all for letting me come on your show. You know, I dressed up for the show.
I said, boy, you're looking clean. You're looking clean. Yeah. I like that. I thank y'all for respecting this show. I like that. Both of y'all.
Well, you interviewed me last week, and I was under the impression that it was America After Dark. See, I didn't know you had your own show. I don't even know what it's called.
He created his own damn show.
You see what it's called right there? Let me show you. Hold on. That's what it's called right there.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. You better than 60 Minutes. So
there you go.
The same energy you gave Mr. Hall. Next time, if you want to interview me, just let me know what platform I'm on. So I know how to dress up and know how to act and know how to behave.
No, let me explain to you. If I were to tell you, because I know you, if I were to tell you that I'm going to interview you on the Bernard Brown show, you would have
be yourself.
You wouldn't have been yourself. You would have been nervous, you know. So I cut you off. So when you called me and said, "Hey, thank bro, man, I didn't know I was doing it, man." It was like, if you would have known, then you wouldn't have been you.
Well, just know that I'm not Purvis Ellis, but I ain't never nervous either.
That's right.
Hey, so what's your last question?
Yeah,
for the one and only Julius Hall?
Yeah, my last question is, but I just want to say thank y'all for bringing me on the show, and man, this was nice. I didn't know how I was gonna say it, as far as talking with Julius in person. Because I'm always telling him how much I appreciate him and how much I look up to him. I look up to the both of you guys. You know, I'm the younger brother. I look up to the both of you guys, and I love you guys to death. And every time I see Julius, he's soft spoken. Now he might be different on the show because you have to project a certain energy when you're doing podcasts. But as long as I've been knowing him, he's always was soft spoken and kind of, you know, get little low down in his chair, and he's always comfortable in his own skin. And so my final question is, what makes Mr. Julius Hall happy on a daily? Whether it's family or friends, what makes Julius Hall happy on a daily? Because people need to know you are a happy person as well. You just not banging the gavel and trying to save the world, which you are. You are a happy person every day, despite what all you done been through. You know how to smile. So what makes you keep smiling? It makes you
and I have to tell you, spending time with the people that I care about. I'm serious. Spending time with the people that I care about, doing something that I love. You know, when I go and spend time, especially when we're out of town, even going to a basketball game last night with my wife. Night before last, I think we went to a basketball game. Was it last night? Wasn't night? It was last night. Went to basketball game, Savannah High. But doing those things, just spending time away from work, even though I'm never off. I work 24/7. I work 7 days a week. I never have a day off. I don't have time to take a day off. Like I told Bernard last week, I'll rest when I die. But spending time with my family, then spending time with my friends. I do that about twice a year on outings. I go out with the boys and we go for 3 or 4 days, and there's nothing but guys. You done been to, you know, we all done it. And spending time with you guys. I love that. I mean, serious. It's a sense of unity. It's a sense of community. It's a sense of love because we look out for each other. It's like when we had the Cool and the Smooth group back then. We were together. We were a team. Spending time with my family, my grandkids, I love that. And spending time with my wife and going places, going to football games. That's what drives me, knowing that I have the opportunity to do that before I leave this earth. And then spending time building what we're building together here. That's my drive. My drive is that God has put me in position to build what we're building together, to be able to finance that, to be able to do what we to sustain it until it can sustain itself. And that's what we're doing. We're chipping at the rock, and one day that rock is going to crack. Somebody's going to make it. And when that somebody make it, then that somebody can pull all of us up. Right, and that's what it's all about. You can't you can't forget where you came from. Got to always remember, I started at the bottom, now I'm at the top. You know? So that's what it's all about. I believe in that, James. It's just those things drive me. Those things drive me. I love what I'm doing. I love the work that we're doing. I love the information. I love the service that we provide. I love everything that we're doing. Some things get a little aggravating and get on my nerve and a little complicated and a little complex and it takes funds and all to get it done. And some things are easy. If we work together, we can build, but it takes everybody. I tell everybody, it's 50 of us. 50 of us. Everybody needs to be able to say, I can bring 100 people with me. 100 people. Everybody on our team needs to bring 100 people with them. You know what I'm saying? Not one. If your wife ain't listening to your show that you was on, what's she there for? My wife listened to our show. She comments. She listens to the radio show. She got music on the radio platform. You know what I'm saying? Y'all on platforms. People who love you need to be listening to what you're doing. You need to share it with everybody. And I tell people, there's no reason for me to walk up to you and you talking to somebody and they don't know about what you're doing when I ask them. There's none. They're supposed to know, oh, James got a show here with America After Dark. Oh, James is on the radio here. Oh, James got the Judge Ike show. You know what I'm saying? In a courtroom with a robe on, and he's the judge. You know what I'm saying? That's my plan.
Yeah.
Just let it out.
You let it out.
That's the show.
Yeah.
That's your show.
Yeah. Thank you for allowing me to throw some of my questions at you, and I thank God that we both, well, the three of us, have the same friend that give us second and third and fourth chances. And where will we be without that friend? So I'm glad we all in accordance with the same friend, and his name is God. So he's going to continue to bless you, and he's going to be there with you every step of the way, because you have a testimony. You had a testimony to tell. I wouldn't follow nobody. Like I said earlier, the question I gave out, I wouldn't want to follow nobody's perfect. I would rather follow somebody who done been through some things so that I can learn from it. And when I used to work at the hospital, the kids, they would gravitate to me, and I would get through those kids because I tell them I done been there, done that, and they understand. So thank you for doing that, been there, done that, so that we can learn what to do and what not to do. And I thank you, my brother, and I love you.
I appreciate it. I love you. And those are two kind of words.
Yeah, definitely. So I have a segment, and I got about what looked like about
20 minutes,
something like that.
20 minutes.
20 minutes. So I have a segment that say name call. I call the name, and you follow up.
I'm sorry, Bernard. I don't want to interrupt you. You got 15 minutes. I'm sorry.
15 minutes. We got 15 minutes. That clock, Rod. That's okay. It's going to take 1 minute.
That was
so
my
I can
fault.
go with that. That's okay. Yeah, I have a segment to say name call. So I'm gonna call his name, and then you piggyback on that.
Am I supposed to say something good about him, bad about him?
You can say whatever you want to say about him.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, whatever you want to say about the person, because I give James name, so it called name call. So whatever you want to say about this person, go right ahead. The first name I'm calling Jamal.
A dedicated warrior in the community. Right now, he's my right hand because he's here with me. Y'all would probably be right there also if y'all were here. But Jamal is, he's been a help to where we are able to get what we got to get off the ground. He's doing just as many shows as you and me and everybody else, and he's right there every day that he can be when he's doing a tour or doing something for free. He's there doing doing the work for the station and for all our different platforms. Yeah, that's my brother. He loves his community, and he's dedicated and passionate about our history. And that's what it takes, somebody who wants to preserve it and tell the truth. Somebody who wants to be able to tell our truth instead of somebody else's lies.
Right, absolutely. And we definitely piggyback that. Next name I'm gonna call is RG.
RG, that's my little brother. That's our little brother.
Yeah.
Our RG is Dr. Robert Bryant. We just need to be focused and consistent. That's my guy. He's our little brother who we always got to pop side the head because sometimes he'll go astray.
Right.
And so we just got to be able to love him as a little brother, to understand that we done been through it. We just trying to make sure you don't go through it.
Right. Absolutely. Good. Next one. this next person here. Ooh, Lord. Sandra. Yeah, you know I call her. You know I mess her name up.
Okay, Sandra McKeithen. That's our sister. She's a firebird. She loves her community. She will do anything. She's a warrior. She's a sister soldier, and we understand her passion. Sometimes she get a little too passionate about things that we don't think that she should be on that page with, but she should be doing something else. But yeah, she's a soldier, and we love her to death because that's how because she loves us and she loves the community.
Yeah, Definitely. As you can see, I'm piggybacking on the Waynesy, the Rabble Gang. So
Yeah.
these are the Rabble Gang, because we just the only time we get to be together is on Wednesday on your show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this person here, Santa Claus Sean.
Sean is a voice that needs to be heard because he's an out of the box thinker.
Right.
You know, and Sean brings great conversation, a discussion to the conversation. And Sean needs to be more consistent so that his voice can be out there. He does great when he does show up.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy, and he cares.
Right. He do. This person here, she's my sweetheart. She's a sweetheart, man. Tiffany.
Oh, Tiff, that's our girl.
Yeah.
You know, we all were behind her 100% when she ran for office in Athens, Georgia. She's a county commissioner up there, a city commissioner, whatever, how they government is formed up there.
Right.
But Tiffany is our girl. She's busy often because she can't be there like we can, but she makes it whenever she can, and she brings a passion also to the platform from a woman's perspective,
right,
and a mother's perspective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I give him one?
Yeah, soon as I get done with these two, you could give him one. This one here, like I said, his name called Cozy TV.
Consistent.
Yeah.
Consistent. I like Cozy because Cozy is consistent. She's there every week. She wants to be able to voice her opinion, although she's a little timid about speaking.
Right.
She does have an opinion. Her opinion might not be popular, but she wants the destruction of things so that we can build things back up. And we just got to see that. But she is very consistent and dedicated, and she wants our community to be better. There's no ifs, ands, and buts or in-betweens with her. She is all about the community, even though at times it might not sound like it. She is the community.
Yeah. All right. Well, this one here, all night long. I save all night long for last. Mr. Charlie Brown, who we all love.
Charlie is the co-founder of what we're doing right now. Charlie Brown gave me the inspiration to say, okay, let's do this. When I first brought it to him, I guess it was inspired to me through God. And I brought it to Charlie Brown, and he said, I like that. Let's do that, Julius. And we started out with one show. And now look what we're doing. All the things that I told you about, our own Roku channel, our own publishing with books, our own publishing of magazines, our own social media platform with 20 plus shows, our own Roku channel, our own radio station. We're doing what we need to do to bring in all this stuff to the community. And Charlie's been there as a person that, you know, he's getting old now. So, but his heart still has his intellect, and he provides whatever service that he can, because if he had said no, I might have been discouraged.
Right.
6 years ago. But he was 100% behind it because it was something that he thought that we could really get done. And so, you know, Charlie Brown is an integral part of what we do. Is very important in the foundation and the motivation and the progression of what we have going on here.
Right. Well, I appreciate that. Hey, we got 3 more minutes left. Go ahead. Give me the name. We got 3 minutes left.
Yes, I guess I just got one name for you, and keep in mind when I say this name is a noun. Tompkins High School class of 81.
The best high school class ever to have ever existed. I love my class. I love my classmates. We all fight sometimes, but there's nothing but love in our class. We are bound by love. 80, you just can't name 80. You know, you got to go all the way back to probably 79 to 82, 83. You know, because we all went to school together.
Right.
Those years, that's our high school years. And so we got to include those groups with us. Probably 78 also. So, you know, yeah, it's that group and that school is where we got our mold for how we conduct ourselves in life today. We had great teachers, we had great coaches that poured into us, and that's what makes us proud to do what we're doing. And so yeah, that is the best class ever. I don't want to downplay any other class.
Right.
Class 82. That's why I say 79 to 83 is probably the best time, because that's when we were with all these people. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I thank you. I appreciate y'all. It was a great show. I appreciate you, Julius Hall. I appreciate you, James Brown. And like I say, I hope we cleared up a lot of stuff. The one and only, the man, the myth, the Julius Hall story. See y'all. Peace.
Thank you.
Like this.